So histamine intolerance is a condition with the body's inability to properly metabolize or break down histamine. This in turn leads to various symptoms such as headaches and digestive issues, certainly allergic reactions, just to name a few. And while I believe it's essential to work with a certified functional medicine practitioner to address the root cause or root causes of histamine intolerance, I will say that incorporating certain supplements often provides that necessarily relief that you're probably searching for. Now, here are some of the best supplements for histamine intolerance. So number one is quercetin. Quercetin is a natural plant compound with tons of antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. It really helps stabilize mast cells, which again release histamine. And so by reducing the release of histamine, quercetin can help alleviate the symptoms of histamine intolerance. Quercetin is commonly found in foods like onions, apples, and berries. But to be honest with you, taking a supplement is going to provide a much higher therapeutic concentration. Number two on my list is vitamin C. You probably know that vitamin C is an antioxidant that supports a healthy immune response. But vitamin C also acts as a natural antihistamine. Vitamin C is extremely important because it can help degrade and break down excess histamine in the body. It also supports the production of DAO, which is that enzyme that is responsible for breaking down histamine in the digestive system. So increasing vitamin C intake through supplementation or trying to consume enough vitamin C rich foods is also going to be beneficial. Okay, so number three on the list is DAO supplements. DAO is that enzyme that's responsible for breaking down histamine in the digestive tract from the food you eat and your drinks and your microbiome. Now, if histamine is left unmetabolized, it obviously builds up and absorbs through the gut lining. When it's absorbed systemically, it's going to become activated through various histamine receptors throughout the body, causing the release of histamine and again, all these uncomfortable symptoms depending on which histamine receptor it binds to. Now, certain foods and drinks contain high levels of histamine, and examples include things like fermented foods and aged cheeses, wine, kombucha, other fermented or aged food or drinks. But a normal person's microbiome contains bacteria that naturally produce histamine. However, if these bacteria become unbalanced, this is going to contribute to excess histamine in the system and potentially GI issues. Now, in addition to excess histamine, reduced DAO can also contribute to difficulty metabolizing histamine. So again, DAO may be reduced for many, many different reasons, including medications that you're taking that act like intestinal DAO blockers. There could be genetic polymorphisms, hormone imbalances, gut issues like leaky gut, bacterial overgrowth, nutritional deficiencies. And again, all these things are required to make DAO and that histamine enzyme pathway work efficiently. Now, since histamine intolerance can result from low levels of DAO enzyme, taking DAO enzyme supplements can help break down that excess histamine in the gut. These supplements usually need to be taken right before meals to support digestion and again, reduce the impact of that histamine-rich food. Okay, so number four on the list is probiotics. Histamine intolerance is exacerbated by poor gut health. Your gut bacteria play an essential role in supporting healthy inflammatory processes, supporting digestion, and even the breakdown of histamine. So you've probably heard that probiotics are a powerful tool for adding good bacteria back into the intestines. But did you also know that some probiotic strains can actually produce histamine? So if you're taking a probiotic to help support healthy histamine metabolism, it may actually worsen your symptoms, and that's again because the bacteria in your gut are naturally producing histamine. And so for this reason, it's important to find a probiotic that is formulated to avoid strains that are known to produce histamine in the gut. So what should you be looking for, right? You want to look for specific strains such as Lactobacillus plantarum, Bifidobacterium infantis, and Lactobacillus rhamnosus. These are strains that have been researched and studied as far as their histamine lowering effect. So number five on my list are your omega-3 fatty acids, right? So omega-3 fatty acids have anti-inflammatory properties, which in turn help reduce the release of histamine. Fish oil supplements are rich in EPA and DHA. Again, these are the omega fatty acids that we find in fish, and this can be incredibly powerful for individuals with histamine intolerance. And one of the things I would say is there are tests that I run on my patients where we actually can check their EPA levels and their DHA levels and their DPA levels. Again, this is all part of that omega-3, omega-6 ratio along with arachidonic acid. And so if you have testing that comes back and those levels are low, it's all the more reason your body's going to crave and need and benefit from these omega-3 essential fatty acids. So there you go. Those are my top 5 supplements for histamine intolerance. But please remember this. Histamine intolerance is extremely multifactorial, right? There's not one cause, behind your histamine intolerance. There's many different root causes and they differ from person to person. You and your doctor need to determine those underlying reasons contributing to your histamine intolerance so that it can be properly managed. And again, while these supplements can very likely provide you some relief when you're flaring up, managing histamine intolerance in the long term requires avoiding histamine-rich foods, stopping intake of alcohol, stop consuming fermented foods, and applying some of these lifestyle changes to minimize the stress and burden on your body. Now, I have a lot of videos that go into this on my histamine playlist and on my channel that get into more of the root causes of histamine intolerance. And so if you haven't started on a low histamine diet, what I would recommend that you do is visit my website, download my low histamine diet starter guide. And if you feel like you've tried all of this and you're just spinning your wheels, reach out to my clinic. Well, there you go. If you like today's video, here's another video that I think you're going to like on histamine intolerance that you should watch next.